Hello everyone, this is GM Var Akobian with 1000 GM, and it's going to be the recap video of round number 10 of US Women's Chess Championship. And in this round we had a lot of draws actually, but there was a decisive game. So Megan Lee lost to Talia Cervantes, and we had Esperan Shrita lost to Tokarkhanova. But the highlight of the game is Jennifer Yu against Nazi Paikidze. This was a pretty crazy game, so I want to share with you this very exciting game. So we have knight f3, knight f6, c4, e6 played, knight c3, bishop b4, and here basically if you play the move d4, this is just going to transpose to a Nimzo-Indian defense, or if you play the move d5, it could also be a Ragozin. But he plays here queen b3, c5, a3, bishop a5, and here I'm not sure what happened, but the normal move here is just to play e3, bishop e2, castle, then you play queen c2. This is the normal way to play, but instead he played here e4, which is an inaccuracy. Knight c6, e5, attacking the knight. So the question here is, why to play like this? Because it doesn't. It looks super risky, to just adventure with this. So definitely a very questionable opening play by Jennifer. She was not very familiar with it, so she went. I don't like this move at all. Perhaps the move bishop d3 makes sense, and then castle, and just it's a more or less equal position. Maybe black is a little bit better, but after that, it's just you're losing a pawn. So knight e4. Castle is important to avoid the knight d6 check. Takes. In fact, actually here the best option would have been just to play d6 to try open the position. And if you take, just takes. And it does not matter that you're down a couple of pawns, because the position is just, you're so much behind in development that it's just going to be a huge problem for you. It's just not about who has the extra pawns. It's just the development is just a huge problem. For example, if you play b4, bishop b6. Now f2 is hanging. c5 can just take. So it's just a very, very difficult position to play. d6 actually makes sense, but okay, bishop b6 is fine too. And now you play d6. The only difference now here, black, or white can play c5 immediately, just try to put a little blockade on the position now, because c4 is coming, so blockaded it. 4, bishop d7. Position is really, really bad here, so knight f5 would have been good, with idea knight fd4, and bishop here. It's a very nice position. So it goes here, bishop d3, knight d4, takes, bishop e4, queen g5. Activating the queen, now putting pressure on a lot of things here. Knight d3, knight g4, h4, attacking the queen, queen d8, going back. See, this was a move that I didn't quite understand, because the queen was already active for Paikidze, so it's better to keep the queen where it is in that area to be able to continue with the attack, So for example, the queen h5 makes a lot of sense. Rook a b8, knight takes c5, knight e5, queen e5 check. So this would make a lot more sense to play like this, okay? I like the queen on h5 because it's actually doing a great job putting pressure. And if you play the move f4, rook a c8, queen b3, bishop c6, just trade the bishop. Takes, rook takes. It's just going to be a nice advantage for black. h5, okay? So take king f1. Yeah, so queen h8 I'm not sure about, because now here f5 inaccuracy. Again, rook c8 would have been a better option, and slowly actually white is getting back into the game, and here actually just it's dominating now. Everything is under control. You have the c8 square, knight h6, and now this f4 move was played. It was just a really weakening move, absolutely unnecessary, because there is no big threat. So all you got to do is just play a4, b3, bishop a3, and it's just a fantastic position. I know the idea was f4, but b4, knight f5, a5, bishop b2, putting pressure here. Very, very nice development as well. Okay, I mean, this, you can take this, but bishop d4, and king is going to be very safe on e2. And now a7 pawn is hanging as well. Yeah, it's just a very, very nice advantage. If you go back knight h4, I can even take on h4, and then c7 bishop is hanging. The pieces are extremely passive. Yeah, so here it's just winning. But we played f4, queen e7, d4, f7. Mistake. Rook fc8 is an interesting exchange sacrifice here, which is of course not easy to play. Bishop e2. Not short castle, but here actually it's interesting. The best is just to go long castle. King will be much more safer on b1 in this position. So here I like the idea to go long castle very much. Okay, because now if you play rook c8, I just take, and knight goes on c5 to blockade everything. Okay. So yeah, that would have been a very good option to do that. So by castling short, you're putting the king in a difficult situation. Queen g3 played. And now it goes bishop takes d4. Mistake. The better option here would have been just to play a4 and continue with the a5, attacking the bishop. Okay. So, bishop d4 takes. Bishop c6. The best option here would have been to start out with the other way around. Bishop c6, hitting the rook. Okay. The point is, if you take, there's simply bishop d4, picking up this. Okay. So that doesn't work. And if he goes here, queen g4, putting a lot of pressure. Yeah, perhaps even this move. And then knight g4 coming up. So yeah, it's going to be a very nice, very, very strong attack for black here. So, but instead, Paikidze took. Again, players are getting low on the clock. And now Jennifer is winning again. Queen f2. Knight c5. Rook c7. Knight f2. Yeah, this I wasn't so sure about. Maybe queen h4 first to create some weaknesses. So the key in this position is to try to keep the c file locked. And now this was a problem, this move d4. Just knight d3, again, you just put a knight on c5. Keep this side locked, and slowly you can even bring the king to b2. You're just going to be winning. If I play here, and now it's getting really complicated. Black is getting in. h5. And here, black is entering on c2. So actually, Jennifer's played really well because she created counterplay. Okay, so she's up a pawn here, but again, the domination is on black side now. The rook is getting on c2. Is just going to be a lot of threats. So she played the move knight d3. Perhaps another option was to play f5 here and try to get the queen to g5. Queen e3, queen c3. And here, yeah, this is very hard to find. Black is winning, but have to find incredible move queen d8 to control the g5 square and also the h4. So f5 takes. Knight f4, and now you just simply play the move king g8. And like if e6, bishop comes on e4. Take, queen h4. And then you have this, and then check. And you're just basically going to get in behind it and try to give a checkmate. But again, queen d8 is just an incredibly, incredibly hard move to find. So it's not surprising that black missed it. So played queen c3, natural move, and now it's just going to be a draw. f5. Trying to break through to get a counterplay. Check. Queen f1. And now threatening back rank mate. Takes. Knight d8. So this is important because otherwise it's just a mate. And now threatening rook c8 options, and here it just becomes a draw because you don't have a g3. I have rook g3 option, so it ends in draw. Very, very complicated, very messy game that ended in a draw. I thought this would be an interesting choice to go over, guys. So at the end, back and forth. It was like black was winning in the beginning, then at some point white took over and was on the way to the victory. So, but at the end, it just ended up being a draw here. So very complicated game. You know, it's always nice to see a fighting, combative game like this between two former U.S. women's champions. And Nazi won the event twice. Jennifer only won it once. So it was very interesting. Very interesting to see such interesting dynamic game. Again, this is a game that you can analyze for hours because there's just so much interesting stuff, so much complexity. But at the end, it ended up being a very nice fighting draw at the end, okay? So thank you, everybody, for watching this game. Please make sure you subscribe to 1000 GM YouTube channel, and we'll be back with the recap of the round 11 of the Women's Championship. See you soon. Bye-bye.